One day I saw my dad reading a copy of Catch-22 by Joseph Heller, and he was laughing. I'd never seen him laughing while reading anything. I asked him if I should read it, and he said absolutely. It would tell me all I needed to know about working in an office and life in general. I was 13 at the time. I read it. I laughed hard, really hard, and I learned as much from about life as I have from any work of nonfiction. It altered the way I looked at what was going on around me. A few years later, I stumbled on to Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut. Between these two books, I realized I wasn't crazy. There was another way of looking at the world. They changed my perception of myself and the world I was living in. I was right. I was right to think that one couldn't protect oneself by climbing under a wooden desk in case of a nuclear attack. That idea was not only insane, it was funny. And so I learned not only what I found to be truly funny, I also learned just because someone is in charge, it didn't make them right. I could trust what I was seeing and I could laugh about it. So I began to search for things that I found funny, and that led me to subscribe to a satiric magazine called The Realist. That'll give you an idea of how many readers it had. It was an unbelievable piece of work at the time, and I started getting it when I was 15. And my parents, I can't believe they allowed it in the house. I don't think they ever looked at it. And it was more precious to me than all the breasts that Playboy could deliver. It was a pathologically dark, really dark humor magazine for which Paul Krasner was the inspiration, publisher, and editor. I'll never forget opening one issue, and there, smack dab in the middle of the magazine, was a panorama of all the Disney characters. On first look, it was seemingly harmless, but on closer inspection, you realized every one of them was doing something completely perverse. Dumbo was taking a dump on Donald Duck. Goofy was screwing Minnie Mouse. You can't even laugh at it now, can you? Wow. Wow, folks. Wow. And Mickey was shooting heroin. I won't even tell you what the seven dwarves were up to. Many of you would begin to weep. The creation of a former Disney artist had taken the Vatican of children's lore and cut it down to size. Disney, I heard, wanted to sue him, but eventually changed its corporate mind. These books, this magazine, and the comedy of George Carlin, Richard Pryor, and Lenny Bruce, they were like taking a drug that inoculated me from losing my mind because it altered my point of view. It made me easier for me to cope with a world that appeared to be crazy to me. To put it really simply, watching Slim Pickens in Dr. Strangelove riding the A-bomb down to Russia, waving his cowboy hat, made it very easy for me to stop worrying and love the bomb.